Raketenwerfer 56, the forgotten rocket weapon that shocked battlefields. In the final years of Second World War, a terrifying weapon roared across the battlefield. The Raketenwerfer 56, a six-barreled rocket launcher designed by Nazi Germany in 1944. Mounted on an anti-tank gun carriage, it fired massive 30-centimeter rockets, each packed with devastating high explosives. When launched, the rockets screamed through the air, earning nicknames like moaning minis among Allied troops. With a range of over 4.5 kilometers, a single barrage could shake entire enemy positions. But there was a deadly flaw. Thick smoke trails revealed its position instantly. Crews had to fire, then run, before enemy artillery struck back. Only around 694 were ever built, yet their terrifying sound and explosive power left a lasting mark on the battlefield. The Raketenwerfer 56, powerful, feared, and almost forgotten.
Wurfrahmen 40, the rocket weapon that terrified World War II enemies. In the chaos of World War II, one weapon struck fear before it even hit its target, the Wurfrahmen 40. Mounted on half-tracks like the SID KFZ-251, this brutal system launched massive 280mm and 320mm rockets. But it wasn't just the explosion that terrified enemies. It was the sound, a screaming, howling roar that earned it the nickname Moaning Mini. Unlike precise artillery, the Wurfrahmen 40 was all about shock and destruction. Buildings shattered, trenches collapsed, and soldiers often fled before impact. It turned battlefields into chaos in seconds. Used heavily on the Eastern Front and during urban warfare, it proved devastating against both troops and fortified positions. The Wurfrahmen 40 wasn't just a weapon. It was psychological warfare on wheels. Fear came first. The explosion came next.
Why the Panzerwerfer 42 was so feared in battle? Imagine hearing a scream from the sky, seconds before total destruction. The Panzerwerfer 42 was Nazi, Germany's mobile rocket launcher during World War II, mounted on an armored half-track. It fired 10 high-explosive rockets in rapid succession, creating a terrifying barrage that could wipe out entire enemy positions in seconds. But it wasn't just the damage, it was the sound. The rockets made a chilling, howling noise that struck fear into soldiers before impact. Unlike traditional artillery, it could shoot and relocate quickly, making it hard to detect and destroy. Though not the most accurate weapon, its psychological effect was devastating. Panic often spread faster than the explosions. In war, fear can be as powerful as firepower, and the Panzerwerfer 42 delivered both. Nebelwerfer, the screaming death rocket of World War II. In World War II, few weapons struck fear like the German Nebelwerfer, a rocket launcher so terrifying, soldiers nicknamed it the Screaming Death. Originally designed to fire smoke and chemical shells, the Nebelwerfer quickly evolved into a devastating artillery weapon. Mounted with multiple tubes, it could unleash a storm of rockets in seconds. Each rocket spun in flight, stabilized by angled exhaust nozzles. This made them more accurate than many early rocket systems, but still wildly unpredictable. What they lacked in precision, they made up for in sheer shock and destruction. When fired, Nebelwerfers produced a chilling, howling sound as rockets tore through the air. Allied soldiers described it as terrifying, sometimes more psychological than physical. Entire areas could be blanketed in explosions within moments. But the weapon had flaws. The smoke trails revealed their position instantly, making them easy targets for counterattacks. Crews often had to relocate quickly or face destruction. The Nebelwerfer wasn't just a weapon, it was psychological warfare, a screaming warning of chaos from above. And one of the most haunting sounds of World War II